Hey everybody, welcome back. Just gonna continue training with the chess bots, and I think we're gonna train a bit more with Martin, and then maybe either this episode or next episode we'll go up a level. I'm gonna continue adding to my opening list, and I'm gonna continue with e4. So let's see. Hmm. Oh, I forgot to write down the opening. Let me see what it was. And this is a different one too, so um it says King's Knight. Let's see if it. Let's see. I'm just going to put it under King's Pawn. Takes d5. Queen takes d5, and then knight c3. And that's good. Alright. Alright. Don't see a mate. Okay, there's a mate in 21. But I don't think I would see that in a game. So I'm just going to take the pawn. I think I'm good with just trading pieces. Gonna attack the pin piece. Of course, he can defend it. Still gonna trade because I can attack it with the pawn. But he can defend, even though he'll still lose his knight. Like, I know it says mate in 3, but I still don't really see the mate. Unless it's mate in 2 or 1, I don't usually see them. But I guess I gotta get better at that. That's what, again, playing with the computer, how this can help you start spotting mates, because it gives you a chance to look for them when it tells you there's a mate. All right, what's the mate? This is rook d6 check. Let's see, rook d6 check. Yeah, I don't see it, but let's do it. You know, I'm just gonna go after this pawn. Now I see the mate, even though I missed a quicker mate. I think I am gonna go to the next level. I'm gonna bump it up from Martin to Alani, who's 400. But I'm gonna stick with e4. So Alani should make fewer mistakes. I think I already got this opening. e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6, knight takes e5, knight takes e4, queen e2. But he played a different move. So I'm going to copy and paste the first 4 moves. And then the move was bishop d6. And I'm going to give that a double question mark. Okay, great. The best move is to take the knight. For a minute it was f4, and I don't know, that would have been tough to figure out. But let's just take the knight. So 5. Queen takes e4. Cool. Alright, let's see. What would I do here? This looks like it wins the queen. But the queen can go back here. What move do I want to do? Do I want to trade queens? That might be the best move. I think I'm just going to bring the knight back to here. Again, once you're up a certain amount, you don't have to play the best move every time, but I think this will give more chances for black to make a mistake. by keeping pieces on the board. And I think knight c3 just seems the most logical move. Knight d5 does look good, so I think I'll play it. I'm not gonna take the queen. Alright, how do we convert? I think d4, and that's the second best move, so I'll play that. Even though I'm gonna lose my queen. It's a good thing. It's a good thing this rook didn't have any help. Otherwise, I'd lose my queen. But that's something I didn't see till the last second. I guess bishop d3 looks good. It threatens mate and just develops the piece. Then I can castle. So I guess I'll do that. Of course, now I gotta move my queen. And it's not giving me any hints. Let's see. F5. I guess I'll check the king. Alright. What's wrong with taking the pawn? But yeah, the knight jumping into either g5 or e5 looks good because it targets the square, targets the f7 square. I guess I'll go knight e5. Maybe a smothered mate will happen. Is a smothered mate? Well, I think she is just gonna trade the rook for the knight. But I wish it was smothered mate. That's too bad. Oh. Still says mate in 4, but I don't. Well, actually, I guess because my bishop's here, that there's no way to defend it. So that's just mate in 1. Let's go again. Let's do e4 again. Knight f3. Got another Petrov. Let's see if it deviates. And it does. It finally plays the right move. So I'm just going to bring my knight back because I know that's the best move. Now was that a mistake? It was. And it says the best move is knight c3. So I'm going to play it because I want to play the best moves for the at least during the opening. And I'm going to write these moves down. So let's see. When e5, knight f3, knight f6, knight takes e5. So I'm going to copy and paste that part. Knight takes e5. Copy, paste. And then after knight takes e5 is d6. And 4, knight f3. And bishop d7 was a mistake. Bishop d7. I think I'm just going to put one question mark because it didn't drop any material or anything. Even though I did say if it was over 2 points, then it's a double question mark. I guess I'll stick with that. It's over 2 point, just a 2 point mistake. Alright, and the move that I should to play against bishop d7 is knight c3. Alright, so we got a lot in the Petrov. Alright, let me just save that. Alright, now what? Developing the bishop makes the most sense. And I like c4 because then I can play d3 and then get the other bishop out. And it does say bishop c4 is the best move, so I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to take the bishop. Even though that's not the... Okay, now it's the best move. Alright. I think Alani is making more mistakes than Martin. And I think I'm just going to bring the knight back. The top moves are not to take the pawn. Knight e5 attacks the queen. Where does the queen go? I don't know. I like taking the pawn. And I like taking it with the knight, I think. Even though if I take it with the bishop, I'm attacking b7. So I think I'm going to take with the bishop. And taking b7 just looks really good. So I'm going to do it. Taking the rook looks good, but I think I'd rather castle. Why is castling no good? I really want to castle. I don't want to... Okay, if I can't... Is there some kind of attack with the queen and the knight? I castle... I'm just going to try castling. Hopefully it's not a huge mistake. Dropped about a point and a half. And I think I'm just going to take with the queen. Then I'm going to take the queen. And I think I'm going to pin this knight. And maybe go d4. Actually, I'm just going to take the knight. Take the rook. Yeah, Alani is definitely making more mistakes than Martin. But still, you still got to come up with a game plan, though. There's winning material, and then there's mating the king. And I don't see how to mate the king yet, so I'm just going to continue winning more material. So I'm going to take the pawn. And I guess I'm just going to develop my bishop. Just gonna take the pawn. I'm gonna develop my... Actually, I'm gonna go here because I want to trade bishops. So I'm gonna try to trade bishops. And I'm going to take that. Yeah, I'll do this check. And I'm just going to push this pawn to keep this pawn at bay. And now I'm going to almost lose my queen. Let's see, I guess I'll bring my rook into the game. Maybe trade rooks. Now he's attacking my bishop. Even though it's defended. I'm gonna make sure the king can't run. Of course, I might be setting up for a stalemate. Okay, I'm gonna try to go for mate. And I think this is mate. Okay. I'm going to play a game against Martin without any help. And then I'm going to play a game against Alani without any help. And then if I do pretty well without making any blunders, then I'll go up another level. Oh, whoops! I wanted to. No, I'll just do it with Alani. Another Petrov. I will take that. Yeah, Alani's making way more mistakes than Martin. I'll just defend. Let's try this. Even though I just dropped my pawn. Sheesh. Maybe I'm not ready to move on. Well, I think I have to pin the queen. I'm gonna go here because I want to put my knight back on f3 where it's safe. Going to trade. I'm going to castle. I'm gonna bring my knight back. Let's see, I'm going to keep the knight out by going d4. I think I'm gonna go c4. And I think I'm gonna defend my pawn again. Gonna bring my rook. Oh, let's see if we can win this pawn. It comes with check. If I go check here, the king can still watch the pawn from there, from g6. What do I do? Kind of want to double my rooks, so that means I got to move my bishop. I think I'm still gonna go here because it comes with check. And at least you can't defend the pawn with another pawn. But now, okay, I do have this. No, I don't. I was gonna say I have this check, but I lose my bishop. But I could weaken my king and attack this pawn again. I don't like weakening my king. But all black's pieces are over here, so should be okay. Could defend with the rook. Is there anything else? See, Alani's supposed to be very easy, but still this isn't easy. Like this tells me like I don't need to play with the assistants, but well maybe, I don't know. Maybe with hints. But it's nice trying to figure this out on your own. I guess I also have rook to e6 and then double up. And I'm thinking of doing that. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Now, it looks like I can win the knight. Rook e7 and then win the knight. I think that works. I just hope I don't get my rook trapped. Alright, let's go for it. And I'm definitely going to save my rook. I should have took the pawn. But I'm going to take this pawn. Attack the rook. I think I'm going to take the rook. Because it's also attacking this bishop. I'm going to... Ah, man. I'm going to lose something. Dang it, that piece I won I'm going to give right back, because if I go bishop back, then she's going to play g5, and then I'm going to lose my rook or my bishop. Oh, I got a trick where I can draw. Oh, no. I got to think about this. Let's see. So if bishop back, pawn. I was kind of thinking I could go rook here, threatening to go here, but the rook's defended by the bishop, so it wouldn't be a free rook. Okay, what's the material? Rook, rook. Okay, rook versus rook. Knight versus bishop. And then I got a bishop and a rook. So if I give a bishop back, it's not a big deal. So I think I'm just going to defend the rook, because at least if he takes my bishop, I can take with the knight and get a pawn. So, okay. And she didn't take my bishop. So I'm going to rescue my bishop. I think I'll go here and be on this long diagonal. Maybe I'll win this pawn. I will definitely take that bishop. think I'm going to take. Of course, you could take with the rook, but he doesn't. I'm going to take this pawn. I'm going to take this pawn with check. I was going to double up, but I think I'm just going to win this pawn. Great. I'm just going to cut off the king. And then I'm going to make a queen. Cut off the king again. I'll just go here so the rook doesn't get pushed. That was a good game, but I think I had some troubles, so I'm going to play another game with Alani without any help. I think that's where I'm at. Let's stick with e4. At some point, when I'm feeling pretty good about e4, I may switch to d4 or play something with the black pieces. Let's see. But if she keeps going Petrov, then I'll probably have to go to a different bot. Martin had a good variety of openings, but Alani just keeps playing the Petrov. Let's see if it's different again. And it is. I wish the engine was on, because then I'd write these moves down. Because I don't know if the queen moving there was a big blunder or not. Wait, now I gotta think. Okay, I think the only move is d4. I think queen here. I'm gonna block. And I'm definitely gonna take the queen. It's a good thing Alani blunders, because this opening threw me off guard. Alright, I think I gotta go bishop here, because I need the king to help defend. Okay, I'm just gonna take the knight. The key is to, even though you're way up, to not make any blunders. Win handsomely. Win having material up and win with the position. So I'm just going to develop the knight. Gonna move this queen just so I can get my bishop out. Actually, I should probably castle queenside. But I'm going to take this pawn. And I'm threatening mate. Is there a forced mate? Knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes. I think that's mate. Knight, pawn, queen. Alright. But that's a free bishop. And I think it's mate in one. Maybe not. I'm just going to take the bishop. Is there mate? Queen. Okay, I think I'm gonna go here because I think I'm threatening some stuff by going here. So, okay, now I'm just gonna win that rook. I'll win this pawn. And I think I'll attack the rook. You know, you can block with the knight, but if you don't, I'll take the rook. Take the knight. Take the pawn. I'll save my knight. Alright, how to plug this one up. How to finish. I know it's not stalemate because the pawns can move. Okay, I think it's time to move up to the next level. Because I do need to practice, like, when Alani doesn't make mistakes like that, she puts up a good game, which I need to practice. I need to practice playing openings that I'm not familiar with. But I definitely need the computer on so I can write down the openings. Because yeah. So let's go new bot. Let's go back to assisted. And we'll go to Janjay. And we'll see how Janjay does. Maybe we'll go up to the intermediate bots. But let's see. But I do want to keep writing down openings. So I'm going to stick with e4. And there's a glitch, so we'll just resign that one and start a new game. See, so stick with 1e4. See what opening we get this time. Looks like we got a Scandinavian. So let's see. So far I got one line in the Scandinavian. Oh, great. It plays a different line. It plays knight f6. This is a line I'm slightly familiar with, but I don't really know the opening. I don't know what the best moves are. But let's see. Would I rather play d4 or knight f3? I guess let's go knight f3. And she does not take back the pawn, which I think is the move. So I'm going to play the best move, which is c4, which is defending the pawn. And I'm going to write this down. So we got 1 e4, d5, 2 e takes d5. Then we got knight f6, which is not a bad move. And I got 3 knight f3. And then knight b to d7, which was a mistake. So I'm going to put a question mark. And then the move to punish that mistake is c4, hanging on to the pawn. And I will leave it at that. Let me save. And we'll continue. Now that looks like a free knight, so I'm going to take it. Let's see. What move looks good? What's the strategy? Okay, it says d4 is the best move. But I also like the idea of bringing the knight back and just keep the game going. But I wonder if I wasn't up material, then I would keep my knight on e5. I think that would be the way to go. But since I have a material advantage, significant material advantage, I can just bring the knight back and just play the game. Maybe push more of my pawns. Well, develop my pieces, of course, but of course, I could play knight f3 after I play d4. I'm going to play knight f3. I'll take the knight. Man, Janjay and Alani are making more mistakes than Martin. I'm going to take this pawn. I guess just develop the knight. Now what? I guess d4 looks like the best move. Either I develop the bishop, but I don't know where I want the bishop yet. So I think I'm just going to go d4. That happens to be the best move. I can take the pawn. It's like I want to. Because if the queen takes, I can take with my knight. Because I don't know. I don't really want. I don't know if I kind of want open lines. So if I take with the pawn, let me see. Develop the queen, bishop. I guess I could defend the pawn with the bishop. And then my queen's defended by my rook. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And bishop e3 is actually the best move. Now it looks like I can take the pawn. But maybe I should develop my bishop and castle my king. Of course, bishop b5 looks good now. Attacking the rook. Okay, I'm up. What should I do? I think I'm just going to develop my bishop and castle. Alright. I think I just take with the rook. Yeah. And I think just castle. Alright, now what? We're castled. All the pieces are developed except the queen. Um, Or any tactics? I think I'm just going to take that pawn. I don't see anything else. Queens get traded off. That's the only way I saw how to improve. Alright, now how do I improve? Because I don't see anything hanging. I don't see a checkmate. I think... I guess knight here. Maybe I'll go here. And I will take that with my knight. I was going to say if the bishop takes, I think I'll pin it with the rook. But I think now I'll just defend the pawn. I will just take that pawn. Yeah, I think maybe I need to go up another level just so when because I'm getting winning positions, but instead of converting the win on my own, Janjay here is just blundering more material. So it'd be nice to get to a level where I can figure out how to win the game without getting so much help. But still converting this is still annoying. But let's see. Trying to decide whether I want to put this knight here or this knight here. This knight attacks the pawn. Let's go with this knight. I'm trying to figure out how do I trade something off. I think I'm just going to keep bringing my pieces towards. Maybe I go here, here, then... Oh, now I'll just trade the bishop off. Then I'll trade the rook off. Or just win the rook. Okay, so the knight's defended. I guess, yeah, I'll just go after this pawn. Just make sure I don't stalemate. Alright, let's see if I can find it. Let's see. It's F3. Because let's see, the rook covers here. Bishop covers there. Knight covers here. Pawn covers here. So does that mean the rook? Okay, this rook covers here. Knight covers this pawn. This rook covers the knight. Knight covers this square as well. So yeah, okay, this is mate. I'm gonna do one more with J&J, and then if it goes similar to how it did this game, then I'm gonna go up another level. I'm curious if it'll play a different opening. And it does. Let's see if it's not the Scandinavian. Okay, good. We get something different. I always play the Roy Lopez. At some point, I'll start playing the Italian or the Scotch, but... Alright, this is the Berlin. We got one of these already. The Roy Lopez Berlin. So we'll see... This castle's the best move. And I think that's the main line. Yeah, rook e1. I'm not sure how many moves I'm gonna write down because I already have. Let's see, e4, e5, knight e3, knight c6, bishop b5, knight f6, and castles. I think this is 0. Okay, castles. Knight takes e4. And then I guess I'll do move 5. Just rook e1. But I don't know. At some point, I'm probably gonna have to start writing a lot more moves out of the opening as the players get better. But that's all I'll do for now. Because I know the Berlin defense. I think this opening there's like 20 moves long. All right, so I guess knight takes e5 is the move. Let's see, and then bishop f1. All right, see, J&J's playing a lot better this game. It says queen h5 is the best move. Where do I see that? See, queen h5. Pawn blocks, takes, win rook. Yeah, I guess that's the move. It's the only real move to play. Side steps. Knight g6, win the rook. Is there a better move besides winning the rook? It says bishop c4. So bishop c4. Let's threaten mate in 9. I don't think I'd see mate 9. Okay, what move would I play? I probably would play rook takes h8. I mean knight takes h8, excuse me. So I think that's what I'm going to play. And I think I would take this pawn. I would play bishop d3 so I could defend this pawn, even though it's already defended by the queen. But that's what I would do. Thinking queen h5 threatens mate in 1. Ooh, wait. What is knight f7 about? Knight f7. How do I not just lose the knight? I'm trying to figure that one out. Knight f7, king takes. What's the move? Is it bishop here, king back, and is that mate? Does that mean I just wait? Because that means I win the queen if the king can't take. All right, knight, king takes, bishop. But the king, no, the king's blocked by the rook. The king can't come out here. So the king would have to go back here, and then that's mate. All right, let's do it. Of course, there's check, which I got to take with the rook. I'm guessing, because then, yeah. I really just want to take the queen. I'm happy with that. I don't care if I missed mate right off. But like if the game was going and the clock was ticking, would I sit here trying to find mate, or would I just simply go here and win the knight? I'm pretty sure I would just win the knight. So that's what I'm going to do. And it happens to be mate. I think I'm going to go up one more level and go into the intermediate bots. Let's see. Where you get the Philidor. I think we got the Philidor here already. E4, E5, knight f3, D6, D4, E takes D4, and knight takes D4 is the move. So I already have that opening down. Let's see. I like knight c3. It's because it's developing the piece. Not the best move, but I think that's what I'm going to play. And I'm pretty sure I'm just going to go back to knight f3. But knight d to b5 is the move. And since this is still the opening, I think... I kind of want to add this to the opening. Let's see, what do I have again? Philidor. I got so e takes d4, knight takes d4. Yeah, I'm going to add this to the opening. Knight e7. And 5. Knight c3. And c5 was a mistake. A blunder. So a double question mark. And the move to play is knight D to b5. Alright. So I'll play it. Pretty sure I'm just going to take the knight. But knight d5 is even better. Why is it better? Just because I'm going to win the rook? I'm just going to take the knight. And I'm just going to block with the bishop. I don't feel like trading queens. I want to attack the queen, And I think I can. And I think I got this square and win the rook. So I'm going to do it. I kind of want to just win that rook, but castling's the best move. Wow. What's the... I'm ahead, so what's the safest move? I'm guessing the safest move is castling, so I'm going to castle. Because maybe I can bring my rook out here and then try to threaten this queen. And I'm going to win this rook while I still can. And I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to bring it back. I think I'm going to bring this knight back and attack the bishop. And I'm just going to take that bishop. I guess I can win a pawn, because even if the rook pins it, I can just take the queen. So I'm just going to take it. I think I'm going to go to e4, just bring the knight back while attacking, and then thinking I wanted to go back. I wanted to go back to knight to c3. I do like bishop to f3 because it puts it on the diagonal, and I might take off this knight. Yeah, it looks good. Let's see, what's an improving move? Man, I really wanted to bring my knight back here. Is there a reason why I can't? I like rook e1. I always like rook e1. So I think that's what I'm going to play. Now I'm going to play knight to c3. And do I take the bishop first or the knight? Oh, I got to take the knight first, because the knight's defending the bishop. So yeah, I'm going to take that. I'm going to save the bishop. I'm just going to bring it back here. What is bishop f4 about? Don't I just lose? Well, okay, if he takes my bishop, I'll take his bishop. But I don't feel like trading like that. Oh, actually, but I don't mind giving up the knight for the bishop. So I'm going to do that. Actually, I think I just win the bishop because the rook's on it as well. Yeah, I'm good with a queen trade. I think I'll just bring my knight back. If the rook pins the knight, I can just take the queen. I think I'll finally bring my bishop out. I really like this check. I think it's a winner. So I think the king comes back and then I win the queen. So I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to win the queen. I could just sacrifice my queen and then win with the rest of my pieces, but I don't want to, so I'm going to save my queen. I'm just going to bring my rook. Is that checkmate? No, because the rook goes back to defend. Now I think that's checkmate. There. Okay, I think Mario was better. Because she made blunders, but they were like tactical blunders, like losing to a fork or something else. But it wasn't like she just dropped the queen or dropped a knight or dropped a rook. So I think I'm gonna play another game with Maria. See if we get a new opening. Oh, might be the same one. It's a Petrov. We take. Different move though. And it appears that was a mistake. And the best move is to take. I want to go one more move. I guess now d3 is a big advantage. So I'm gonna write those moves down. So e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6, knight takes e5. So that's where we'll copy and paste. Copy, paste. And then after knight takes e5, we get knight c6, which was a blunder. Or a mistake. I think it was under 2 points. So we'll just call that a mistake. And then the move 4 is knight takes c6. Then d takes c6. Then d3. Alright. Okay. Let's see. I guess just block with one of the pieces. looks like any of the blocks is fine. So I would definitely play one of these in the game. I think I would play knight. I think I'd play the bishop because I don't want to double my pawns. So, and that's the worst option. But I'm going to play it. And I think I'll tick with the queen because I want my knight to go here. Now what? Maybe I should have played c3 because I don't like that we traded pieces off so early. For some reason I'm liking f4. It looks really nice. And it says it's one of the best moves, so I'm going to play it. So knight c3 or g3. I don't like that I'm playing g3 already. So I'm gonna play g3. But this opening is definitely not in my comfort zone. I think for now on I'm gonna play c3 instead of trade the bishops like I did. So that's something I learned this game. Because I don't like this. I want my king. I'm just gonna develop the knight because I want a castle. I wanted to castle kingside, but it looks like I'm gonna have to castle queenside. And that's good enough move, so I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I guess just develop the bishop. Now what? Move this rook. Just move it to e1. Yeah, I don't like this opening. But I will take the knight. Yeah, I don't know what to do, so b1 looks good. King b1. I guess doubling up rooks is a good move, so I'll do that. Something to do. Not anymore. But I think I would like to trade this bishop off. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to do. Take that. What would I do? I guess probably bring the rook back. I will just take that. Can I take it with the rook? Yeah, it's good enough. Normally I would just double up with my rooks. But I'm guessing with queen over here, I'm threatening mate in two. Actually, No, because the queen's defending. But I'm still going to do it. Because I can double up. I can bring my rook. And I'm just going to do it. If black defends appropriately, then that means a lot of pieces will just get traded off. Rook h8 looks good. I think it's just mate. I think that's mate. Alright, I do think that was a much better game. I think that's going to be it for today. On my next training, I'll probably start with Maria again. And I might, since we're going into the 1000 to 1500 range, what I might do is I might play against the creators, because most of the ratings are between 1000 and 1500. So I might do that just to spice it up a little bit. And I think the athletes are between those levels as well. 1100, 1300, 1575, 1250. And then at some point we'll move up to the advanced and then the masters. I'm not sure how far I want to keep going with e4. Because I want to do d4 as well, but then again, I want to do what we need to know during a game. e4 is good enough to play with the white pieces, so we got that taken care of. So next, I guess I should focus playing with black. What to play against e4 and what to play against d4. So I might go one more episode doing intermediate bots, or maybe two, I'm not sure. It depends how much I practice off the camera. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'll have to think about it. But it'll be good either way. We're moving up. So don't be ashamed if you're still on Martin. Honestly, I think Martin was tougher than Jan J or Eleni. So keep at it. You can again, it's still, even if you're winning against Martin, it's still good to keep playing until you're not making any blunders. I think I made like one or two blunders at some point today. So at a point I thought maybe I should still be at Martin, but who knows? Maybe the intermediate bots are better. I don't know. Just do what you feel. I've played against Martin a ton of times, so don't be ashamed if you keep doing that. But try to keep adding to your opening repertoire. And at some point we'll switch to d4, or we'll switch to openings that you're going to play when you're black. I'm thinking about the Caro-Kann defense, and maybe either a King's Indian or a Grunfeld for when you're playing against d4. And then at some point we'll go into how to play c4, and then what to play against c4, and then we'll just keep adding. Maybe we'll do b3, and then we'll do the ready opening, knight f3. I really want to keep adding. I want you guys and myself to be really good at a variety of openings. But that's going to do it for now, and I have plenty of other content you can check out, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.